How will the partnership with Caseware help your firm reach the next stage of technological evolution?
I think the partnership is very important because it's going to help us get to that stage with DAS to utilize it effectively and efficiently. Clearly, we've gone to a lot of conferences, a lot of seminars where the future is being discussed, the future of auditing is being discussed, and how the risk assessments are going to be embedded within the processes of conducting an audit. So I believe that Caseware, it's going to help us get to that level much faster. I mean, we've been utilizing Caseware for at least 15 years within our firm. So we are not unfamiliar with the system, and we're very, thankful that we have this partnership to help us get to that level with DAS. Mm-hmm.
Why is it so important for a firm to adopt on-point DAS?
So this is very important too, because as we grow older, obviously, and we bring the new professionals to our firm and just to the audit practice and to the public accounting practice, we want to make it enticing, right? We want to make it that the new professionals graduate from school, from the prestigious colleges, and we offer them an avenue to the future, an avenue to the way the new audit needs to be conducted. So I believe having this partnership and getting to those levels are going to make us much more proficient in talent retention and also in performing our audits for our clients as well, because it's going to be a win-win for everyone.
What are some results you're seeing since adopting on-point DAS?
So the results have been very interesting. I mean, I came from a time where audits used to be done totally in paper, and then they started evolving to going into a paperless way of conducting the audits, and then the risk assessment standards came out. That changed totally how audits needed to be conducted. So then, of course, utilizing and moving forward as fast as possible with the technology, with the future, it's been a tremendous journey, and it's only going to help us continue to get to the future to, again, perform those audits more efficiently, hone in those areas that really are more risky as opposed to just looking at everything when maybe those areas are not even risky at all. So I think the system and the DAS are going to help us get there and hone in those risky areas that sometimes audit firms could be missing out.
What attracted you to on-point DAS?
I think one thing that really attracted myself was really the linkage that DAS does with the risk assessment. So for instance, it'll help us automate that linkage of the risk assessment with the audit programs, with the work papers, with everything within the system, as well as starting with sort of like an interview process at the beginning of the client engagement. And you have to do that every year from my understanding. So you go through that interview process, and it's going to help you hone in into those areas that sometimes when you just dive right into the test work or the audit work, you could be missing out because things change. The risks change along the way. The economy changes. The history is the history. The present is the present. And then we got to look at also at the future. What are the economic risks that we need to look at? And I believe that is going to help the audit staff and the audit team better analyze those risk assessments and be able to come up with better methodologies within the audit process.
What advice would you give to a firm that is aware of on-point DAS but is unsure about adopting it?
So I like to share for those firms that are really looking forward to move to the future and be adaptive of the new DAS endeavor, to really explore it, to really go in and do some strong research and weigh the options, right? Because I think when you do that, you're going to be able to see that, like I said before in the interview process, it's going to help you move towards the future. It's going to help you with retention talent. So I think it's worthwhile looking at it. It's worthwhile exploring it, scheduling a demo. The Caseware folks have been really helpful to us at showing us the avenues of getting to that next level of DAS. Because of course, it's a baby steps. We're on a desktop and we're now moving to the cloud. And as we move to the cloud, it's going to help us be ready when DAS is ready for us. So that's what I would advise the firms, just to take a look at it and really explore it now, because it could be too late by the time it's all out, and then and then it's going to be much harder to really look at, in my opinion.